welcome back to my channel, and for all of you who are new, thank you for joining me today. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you like the content that I'm about to get into. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just shows everyone that you support this type of information being put out there on YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. So what you came to this video for was I got my first YouTube AdSense payment, guys. Yes, so exciting. So I'm going to share that information with you. This isn't clickbait. I'm not going to drag it out. But first, let's clear up something real quick, because there's a lot of debate on whether this is allowed or not on the internet. And I actually read through my AdSense terms because I wanted to make sure it was okay to disclose amounts. And I'll put it up here, but basically the long of the short of it is included in the confidentiality agreement for Google AdSense. And you agree not to disclose Google confidential information without our prior written consent. And they go into details about what is considered confidential information. A, B, C, and D give you those details. And then it goes on to say what is not included, which is information that you already knew prior to your use of the services, that becomes public through no fault of yours, that was independently developed by you, or that was lawfully given to you by a third party. Now, if you look at that last sentence, which starts with notwithstanding this section 11, meaning regardless of whatever was discussed in this section, you may accurately disclose the amount of Google's gross payments resulting from your use of the services. So a lot of the things that are confidential are click-through rates, meaning how often somebody clicks on an ad. I guess I would even say views that resulted in the amount that you got paid. Definitely your CPM, which is cost per mille, which is the amount that you are making specifically off of certain videos per 1,000 views. But also it's broken down by the video, by the day. CPMs constantly fluctuate, but you can't give out that information. So I feel confident in this giving me advice that I can share with you my gross payment. So let's jump into it. I applied, I was eligible for monetization in early October, and I applied around the 1st of the month. It took about 3 to 4 weeks, well, 4 weeks exactly to get approved, and I got my approval notification through email on October 31st. I believe after I got approved was when I could request my PIN. I got my PIN fairly quickly. It was 7 to 10 business days. I put my information in. I didn't have to do an actual deposit, a test deposit, which is when they put a little bit of change in your account and then you verify what that amount was on Google AdSense website. I did not have to do that. So I got a little bit of a payment on, well, not a payment, I got a little bit deposited on the 31st for that one day, and then November and December accumulated, and therefore in January I was eligible to receive a payment. Now that is because Google AdSense does not pay out until you reach a threshold of $100 here in the US. Until that point is reached, they basically just roll your money over every month. So let me go ahead and break down to you what I made each month, but also I want to talk to you about why it shouldn't matter and why it should matter. So kind of like why it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm happy, but ultimately this isn't where the meat of things are if you are trying to make money off of your channel. So into the details. And for that one day in October, I have no clue what time they started monetizing me. I don't know. I just simply made 63 cents. And so for November, I made $56, about $56. And then in December, I made about $86. So you see how it's building up as my channel builds momentum. And so therefore, I was eligible for a payment in January. Now what it will do is at the end of the month, it actually tabulates everything, and there may be some minor adjustments, and then it feeds it over to your AdSense account. So for YouTube AdSense, it does not update daily in your actual AdSense account with Google. It only updates monthly. So around, I believe by the 15th of the month of the following month, you should have an update on what you're going to get paid for the previous month. By the 15th of January, I got notification in my Google AdSense, and oh honey child, I'll put the amount up here, but basically it notified me that I was getting paid out $143. Now that is not a whole lot of money, but that's better than nothing. And again, this is just from AdSense revenue. Once you get that notification, on the 21st or so of the month, Google will then send out the payment to your bank. And when I say I got it quick, I got it quick. The 21st of this month was actually Martin Luther King holiday. So on the 22nd, it was immediately in my account. Now, why am I happy about this? I am happy because even though the amount is not a whole lot, I can see how it is accruing and it's building up. Also, when you go into your specific AdSense details, you get all of these little pieces of information which they do deem confidential. So again, I'm not going to give it to you, but about watch time, click-through rates, all of those things, and CPMs. Those are not only a measure of monetary gain, but they also are a measure or indicators of how much money you'll make, but they're also indicators of how well your channel is doing. So yes, YouTube has YouTube Studio, but once you monetize those numbers and what the advertisers are willing to pay for them to place ads on your video is also kind of a good indicator about your content. Now, that being said, here's some of the reasons why I get why you're curious or why people are curious, especially other content creators, because I literally binge watch these videos about my first YouTube check. And I probably still will continue to. For one, it's something that you have to look forward to. It gives you a goal and it gives you an estimate of what you could achieve. So it's always good to have something tangible, like somebody else's experience that you could look at to just kind of keep you motivated. For two, it lets you know that you're actually making progress. Because when you first uploaded your first video, it was for fun or whatever reason it was, there was no money being made. And I think this is why people were so upset when Google changed its policy about, or YouTube changed its policy about when you can monetize. Regardless of whether you were making 2 cents, $200 or $2,000. Now, if you're making $2,000, I understand. You would have made $2,000. I understand why you have been upset. But when they increased the policy to monetize from 10,000 channel views to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, it seemed unattainable for one, and for two, it delayed that gratification of being able to see some type of money building up. It wasn't necessarily about cashing out on it. It was just another way to measure progress. And people need that. It's a psychological thing. It doesn't have to make sense to everyone, but it just is what it is. So these are the reasons why it should matter. Now, why I'm saying it doesn't really matter. From the sense of, yes, watch the videos. I hope you get something out of it as far as these why or what I made on my first YouTube check videos. But don't use it as a marker for what you're going to get or what you should expect to get. Don't listen to people's analysis of what they made, especially when they're belittling it or saying, yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get rich off YouTube, you're not gonna make money, no, it ain't nothing, I don't do this for the money. Look, that's fine, but if you're watching these videos, you do want to make some money off of it. Reason why I'm saying don't pay attention to those, because they can be very discouraging. It can make it feel like you'll never ever be able to make a business out of it, but that's not true. First of all, CPMs, cost per mille, is based off of several factors. You have watch time that's a factor. I want to assume, I don't know this for sure, that demographics are a factor, meaning what age groups, what genders, because advertisers have target demographics that they're trying to reach. So if your advertiser is trying to convince you to convert to your retirement plan from one company to the next, okay, if all of your watchers or subscribers are ages 13 to 24, I don't think they're going to give you premium dollar if place those ads on your videos at all. And those ads for financial products, let me tell you something, honey, they pay. So don't get discouraged by someone else's experience, especially if they're not even producing the type of content that you want to produce or delivering it in the style that you want to deliver it. Also, audience retention is big. So if someone's not staying on your video very long, if they're not interacting, liking, commenting, subscribing, these are things that advertisers look at. The type of content that you deliver also has a big effect on your CPM. So there are channels that are very much niche channels, and they cover topics that vary from DIY to slime channels to finance. Financial videos, how to save money, how to pick the right credit card, I did one, how to buy a house or something I did looking for things I learned about home ownership in my first year, I think is what it was, or whatever. Point being, those videos get premium dollar because the target audience that watches those types of videos is actually more likely to spend money to buy financial products, to buy any kind of products. The research has been done. So while the average CPM they are saying is about $2, which when they say, well, I won't get into that, but I think it's about $2 per meal, whatever. That is wildly, it varies so much because some people actually there's that elusive $100 CPM that's out there, and some people have made or are making $20 CPMs. There are some that are making way less, especially if they're in other countries, and that's another factor that affects how much you make. So your viewership, I think US, and I also noticed another country, I can't remember the name of it, but there are a couple of countries that actually pay on the higher end, and one or two that I've seen personally, and maybe I won't get into it because that gets into that proprietary information, but there are one or two small countries that I don't get a lot of views from, but they actually pay more than the US pays. So all of these things determine that. Point being, long story short, don't let anybody else's experience discourage you. Only look to this for encouragement. Don't, all that other stuff about you can't make money, don't listen to that. Another reason why you shouldn't pay attention to these assessments of YouTube and what you can and can't do, AdSense is just the little bitty portion of what you can do on YouTube. Sponsorships are where it's at. Now there's a whole big thing over sponsorships and people being dishonest. And look, honey, the thing is, if you're gonna review and you actually want to review a product or talk about it, why not get paid for it if it's something you like anyway? If it's something that they let you try and you actually like it, why not bring it to people? Don't let anyone make you, and I think I said this in another video, make you feel funny or bad about that. And there's nothing wrong or dishonest about it. The only thing dishonest is when people don't disclose that they are actually sponsored, and when people agree to only make a video that's positive, not in a sense where you can opt out of making a video at all and just take the product and they won't pay you. That's different. But if you have to make a video and it has to be positive and you don't even know if you like the product, that's dishonest. Okay? Anyway, guys, I'm just going to leave it at that. Also, I wanted to tell you that so far for January, I'm already at my threshold. So again, it helps to keep me motivated. I can see that my views are compounding, my subscribers are compounding, my content that is old is still getting views, some more than others, but there's some consistent content that continuously gets views. So as I continue to create, it just adds on to what I'm able to do. I'm really excited. I'm happy that I am finally making a little bit of change off of YouTube. It's something that I enjoy doing anyway, don't get me wrong, but I would be lying to you if I said I didn't come into it with the intention of not only flexing my creative muscle, but also being able to show myself that what I have to say is valued by somebody, or somebody just likes vibing with me through this World Wide Web. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Again, go ahead and hit like. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts about AdSense, about sponsorships, whether or not you're monetized yet or not. All of your experiences, please put them in the comment below. Let's start a discussion. I will update you guys with my progress, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.